Welcome back to Dolor Factor Live. Just a reminder, if you'd like to win a really wonderful gift from MAC Cosmetics, all you need to do is, earlier on I talked about going to the trend presentation in Aruba, courtesy of MAC Cosmetics. The question is, what is the name of the presentation that I attended? All right, so you know how to contact us. You can text us 327-DFL@dbstvstlucia.com, and you can put yourself on our pin and send the answer there. Okay, I'm going to go through some of our emails, but in the meantime, feel free to give us a call if you have any questions related to maybe something you've been through yourself, or if maybe you feel that your person that you work with is mad but you don't know how to tell them that. That happens too. And perhaps your mental attitude. Maybe I've been saying to you a lot tonight about the negative things that I've seen, how people treat people who are mentally unwell. Maybe you are the reverse. Maybe you've seen acts of kindness. Maybe you have been through it yourself and you know how it feels and you won't do it again. Tell us some of your experiences. So you can call us 451-9788.
Can I ask a quick question before we go into the email?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm dying to ask this question. Is there really a correlation between creativity and creative people and psychosis?
Yes.
Maria wanted me to ask that question. When she asked me that, I thought Maria always seems kind of sane to me, but when she asked that question, I was thinking,
I was trying to see what I said.
There seems to be a high number of people, you know, with, especially bipolar disorder, is particularly associated with creative people.
And very creative people as well.
Okay, so I shall take myself out
there
of
is definitely a relationship there.
Wow. Wow. So maybe they're creative in one way, and then it just goes above because they're too creative. So
they have heightened senses, and especially people with bipolar, when they're going through a manic episode, they have a lot of thoughts flowing, ideas. They are very creative at that time.
And define bipolar for people who don't know.
Bipolar is a mood disorder in which people have extreme lows, depression, and extreme highs, which is the mania.
That's half of Saint Lucia.
That's me.
Let's go back to the phones. Hello, welcome to Dolor Factor Live. Hello, this is Dolor Factor Live.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
I have the problem, like, I'm going through a bit of depression. Like you say, we have a lot of that in Saint Lucia. I would say common depression, I don't know. But depression, yes. And when I tend to reach out to people or say to my friend, I'm feeling good or I'm feeling depressed, and they tell me, that's what you're about? What are you depressed about? And this thing gets to me. Like, they don't take you serious. They figure out it's just something you just put on. And I said to them, who would like to be depressed? You think I'd choose to be depressed? Or I would just like call depression upon myself or deliberately make myself depressed? And that puts me off. Sometimes I just stay with my pain. I don't tell anybody anything, because everybody seems to get out from it, and that way worrying about me, I letting nothing bother me. And it could be very put off, so you stay with all what you have inside, and like you said, they don't take you seriously.
Whilst you're on the line, let me ask Francesca how perhaps you could make your message clearer to those people. What words perhaps could she use to make it clearer to them that she really needs their support?
I think sometimes just stopping people and saying, you know, really I am depressed, and you know, this is what I'm going through, and this is how it affects me in very specific ways. I think we use depression loosely a lot. You know, I'm depressed, I woke up, you know, I don't feel too good today. And maybe sometimes people don't understand that.
And
look,
you know, I'll tell you about depression. It's a lot of thinking. I think a lot. I think like people have been unfair to me, and it really brings me down.
I can
and
hear it in
just last week I met a friend by the market, and I was telling her I'm not feeling well, I'm feeling depressed. And she told me, what, that you worrying about? What you worrying about? Well, you know, they just put you off. And sometimes you're going through a lot of pain, and you just wish somebody could reach out, and I'm in a bit of...
Caller, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to stay on the line. We're going to take some information from you, and we're going to make sure that somebody speaks with you. Yes. All right? So just hold on to the line now. Maria will take your details, and we will ensure that you get some help. And if there's anyone else out there who feels that they are so depressed, who feels that they have spoken to their friends, their family, and that's another thing, people take you lightly. They don't realize that, as the caller just said, it's like they think, oh, snap out of it.
Yeah,
they don't seem to
get on with
understand.
it.
And if you feel that you are one of those people, please don't go through it alone. You don't need to go through it alone. There is nothing wrong in asking for support that isn't someone from your friends or your family. There is nothing negative, because I think there is some negativity surrounding that. No, there isn't, you know. We don't want to hear that you become another statistic. You know, do something about it.
No, I
Francesca,
think
what would you say?
people, we try to practice tough love here, and it's so sad. I think it results in so much distress to people unnecessarily. You know, she's one of thousands of people, I think, who are struggling to try to cope, to try to, you know, present something to people that they're well, because, you know, they won't be accepted.
You know, there are two sides as well, because there's the one side where you know that somebody may not be feeling really good, and there's the other side. I mean, I have gone through some things in my life where there were days when I was really, really bad. I mean, luckily for me, I know the symptoms because I have been involved in so many things that I was able to sit with myself one day and say, Karen, you are going through depression right now and you need to get help. So I went to speak to a counselor. But I know my friends, there were some of my friends when I actually said, oh, it's really not, and they laughed, and they were like, you're a strong person, Karen, and you can take care of yourself. And sometimes you really can't, but people don't take, going back to what I said earlier on, people really don't take this seriously.
And I think I want to say the message to people that it's not helpful to say to people these things. It's really not. Because I think, as the caller rightly said, if they felt that they could have managed, they would not be telling you, I need help.
And look at the ratio of calls we've had tonight. Every caller has called to say they have been reaching out for help.
And people have not paid attention.
That says something.
Yes.
And I want to continue with some of the emails. Mandy's asking, is it natural for someone with depression to live in denial and refuse medication?
I don't know that it's natural, but it's certainly something people across the board do, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical illness. In so many areas, we just pretend like things don't exist. We don't have to deal with it. You know, people have substance abuse problems and they say, no, I don't drink, I don't have a problem. You know, they're beating people up and they say, no, I don't have any abuse problem.
Saying that, here's another question here. Someone's saying, I don't know if it's male or female, I do have a problem. Sometimes I get angry very fast. Is there any way I can control it? I've tried everything, but it doesn't work. Sometimes people think I'm crazy. Is there any help for that?
It sounds like that person really needs to speak to someone. Sometimes the causes of anger are quite deep, you know, and they really need to understand what it is and try to find new ways of coping.
Okay. And would it be correct to say, would be correct to say, and I will, if you could answer this after the break for me, let's just think about it, that most of the time that people are getting into a form of depression, would it be, I'm looking at like a top 3 list, could it be relationship, finances, or just weak self or low self-esteem about each other? What in your experience has kind of topped the list that put people in that state of depression? This is Dolor Factor Live. When we come back, we will draw for you our MAC winner. And if you have any questions after the break, you know, we've only got a few more minutes left. This is the time for you to call us or send us your question or your statement. See you soon.